Oh, hello. Guess who's back? The team no one asked for to come back. But we're here. Make Believe Pundits. A few things to say. Off the bat. Number one, Arsenal America. Peep the shirt. You know, it's only for Arsenal America fans. Sorry. Second of all, a lot of hate on socials. Not sure why. She's not a pundit. I know. That's why it's called Make Believe Pundits. Now you get the name. Now you know where it comes from. Glad we cleared that out because we're back for season 2. Season 2. Late start. Season started 4 games ago. I know. But guess what? Whatever. I'm here. Good things happened yesterday. That's why I wanted season 2 to start. I knew if we were going to win the match yesterday that I would have a lot to talk about for the rest of the season. So we're back. We're here. Make Believe Pundits. You know, I'm just trying to get the girls into it. I'm trying to get the guys to settle down. And that's it. See? I don't know where this is from. I found it. Anyway, what do we have planned to discuss today, my friend?
You want to talk about your Premier League fantasy team?
What? No, I don't want to talk about my Premier League fantasy team. Just like everyone else, no one wants to talk about it. We just want to win.
I think you went bold without Haaland.
Okay, all right.
3 weeks?
No, settle down. I have Haaland. I just felt that maybe the first week I shouldn't, I shouldn't do what everyone else is doing. I should do, I can make a team without Haaland. I can do it. I can't do it. Okay, so the second week, I obviously rearranged my team, lost like 20 points out the gate. But it's fine. It's absolutely fine. We need Haaland. I need Haaland. I need him to be my captain every week. I need him to get me at least 20 points every week because I need a lot of points to win my fantasy league. Who's on my team now? I forgot.
You have Haaland.
Wait,
Isak,
no.
Watkins.
I changed my team yesterday again because I had some free transfers. So I'll share it. I'll share it. And tell me your thoughts. Decent week this week from me. Anyway, right now I have. Oh no. What? So who were we going to tell me Isak is injured now? What? 75% eye injury.
A manager has to keep up with these trends.
This is hard. This isn't called make believe managers. This is for fun.
Yeah, so it's make believe.
Okay. Anyway, I have up top, I have Ollie Watkins, Isak, and Haaland. Isak vice captain, Haaland captain. In the middle, I have Smith Rowe, Kovacic, and Eze. In the back, I have Benny Blanco, Akanji, Saliba, and how do you say his name? Delight. He's a nice delight. It's Delict. It's definitely Delict, right? Right. No, I know it is. And then my goalie is Emi Martinez. I think my team is pretty decent. My first week team, we won't talk about it. It's already out of my mind. I don't even remember who I had because I got not a lot of points. But I think overall my team's pretty decent. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm confident I'm going to reach the mid-table this year in fantasy. We'll see. I'm sitting pretty 16, 17 out of 20. Anyway, whatever. Fantasy isn't real. Premier League is real. And right now, Arsenal is second in the table. It's Monday here in the States, 3 in the afternoon, and I'm feeling great. I I have nothing else to say about it except beautiful performance by Gabriel with the veneers. I don't care. They're beautiful on his teeth. They're beautiful teeth. Beautiful on his face. Beautiful man. Beautiful family. He deserved the goal. That's what I'll say about him. Anyway, who else did well? It was nice to see Timber play yesterday. Very happy to see him play. Ben White, strong performance per usual. And you know what? We didn't have Rice. We didn't have Odegaard. And guess what? We didn't need them. Just kidding. We needed them.
One of the things that I've been seeing all week leading up to this game is that a lot of Spurs fans putting their players in combined 11s over Arsenal players.
Yeah.
I want to get your thoughts on that. What do you think? Do any of the Spurs players get into Arsenal's B-Tech team?
Okay. First of all, do I need to answer that? Do I need to answer it? We won yesterday without our top 2 players. What is that? What does that mean? It means a lot. It means that no Spurs players get on the Arsenal team. Who said? What players are people saying? Let's talk about it. Let's just be devil's advocate.
People are saying Romero, Mickey Van de Ven,
Lame.
Pedro Porro. I've been hearing Pedro Porro is better than Ben White. Madison.
James Madison yesterday was weak. Romero missed Gabriel, and Gabriel got a goal. So, okay, Pedro Porro, I don't know him enough. I saw him on the field yesterday, but it didn't shock me.
Yeah, one of the shocking ones was Udogie over Timber.
I heard that yesterday, and I literally almost threw up. I'm sorry. How can we compare anyone? Udogie played a whole season last year. Did he not?
Yeah.
Okay, and did he do any magic? No.
No, he had some.
He was
some good
fine.
games.
He was fine. But how can we compare him? Timber's played how many games for us? He was injured the entire season. And he comes out the gate and he had a strong performance yesterday. So, no. This is what I'll say. I don't talk to Spurs players.
in big trouble.
And that's what I'll say. I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, the only good shout
Son.
is, Sonaldo over Martinelli.
Sonaldo. Agree. I think Martinelli, something's not right with him right now. And I'm not sure what it is. It's a little concerning. He looked super slow yesterday.
Yeah. Out of Tottenham's 11, I think just Son gets in, and that's it. No one else.
I mean,
any other player.
yeah, I completely agree. Why would we even do that? There's no comparison. There's really no comparison. I think Spurs fans are just a little delusional. You know what I mean? That's fine. By delusion. That's fine.
We could cut it out, right?
Can we cut that out? I didn't mean it wrong by that. That's by delusion. Anyway. It's only season 2, episode 1. Okay, what's next? We could talk about the derby all day, but we still on.
Yeah, North London remains red. How many years has it been?
3?
2 or 3? Right?
3, I think. 3 wins away.
3 years.
3 wins away.
No losses. It's
Stunning.
It's kind of
stunning.
What do we call that? 3-heart lane? 3-point lane?
I don't know. I don't know what you're referring to.
All right.
Maybe that's before my time.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Before you like this.
Before I like this, settle down. Maybe before Martin Odegaard was on the team. That's when I started to pay attention. Let's be honest. Let's be real. Anyway, that's a different discussion.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. What's up?
Next,
what do we got?
we have Liverpool losing the same game week, right?
Nothing has felt better. Nothing felt better. Someone just put a hex on me. Sorry. What can I say? What can I say? Is it not Arnie Sloot? How do I say his name? Arnie Sloot? Sloot?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's not his time. Maybe it's not his time. But you know whose time it is? Arteta. That was a great win by Nottingham Forest. Didn't watch the game, but I just know it was a great win. That's all I'll say about that because I don't have too much commentary on it as I didn't watch the game. Just the final result.
Yeah. All right. You notice Kevin De Bruyne's hair? Did you watch the City game?
Yeah, of course I watched a stupid City game. Of course I watched Crook City win again.
115 charge City.
Isn't that happening this week? Won't we hear something about that this week?
They started doing the case.
They're not going to do anything about it. They're just not going to do anything about it. I think it's just, it
What
goes
a goal
way
by
deeper.
Brentford, though. First minute.
That's the reason why I put the game on.
Had everyone's hopes up.
I
right?
was like, oh my God, this is it. Honestly, Brentford, I don't know, that first maybe 30 minutes, they played very well. I thought they played like a very confident, very structured team. Didn't need Ivan Toney. Guess they never needed Ivan Toney. But yeah, Kevin De Bruyne, his hair is something, I don't know, it's akin to like, obviously people in Europe, if you watch this, you won't understand what I'm talking about. But like back in the day, in the 50s, little boys wore like raccoon hats with like raccoon tails. Do you know what I'm talking about? And they're so stiff. They didn't move because it was like raccoon fur.
What are you talking
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? They're like these hats. I'll search them. Type in Google the raccoon hats. Raccoon, like coyote hats. You know what I mean? They have the tail.
Oh, from Goofy movie?
Sure, from Goofy movie. Do you know what I mean, though? It's just so stiff, and it goes down like almost like a helmet that you have to just be like, Kevin, your hair is fake. I know you had a hair transplant at some point in your life. Just tell us. Because, first of all, no way all of a sudden you're getting this long lush of hair. I talked about this last season.
Well, he was out for a while last season, right?
Okay, so did he go to Turkey and get a hair transplant?
I don't know.
Like every European man's rite of passage?
No idea.
I think so. Anyway, he doesn't look bad. It's just like, it's unnatural how stiff the hair is. Playing nothing, not even a wisp. Even Jack Grealish has got a lot of bounce. So you know that's real. Kevin De Bruyne, just come out with it already. And I'm not saying it looks bad. Don't be ashamed. What, wasn't there another footballer who just came out and had a David Raya? Didn't he have a hair transplant? He vouches for it. It's all over the store, the socials.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I saw a sponsored ad by the place that he got his hair transplanted. Turkey
He looks
from.
phenomenal. He looks 10 years younger, but at least he's not afraid to share it. So spill the beans. That's all I'll say. I don't need to keep talking about it because it's so stiff.
Next week, Arsenal play City.
And you know what? If we lose, it's because the amount of hairspray he puts in his hair. Everyone's got allergies. And they're allergic to his hair.
That's like Adama Traore putting on baby lotion
It's equivalent.
so that defenders can't
Yeah,
grab him.
it's equivalent. It's equivalent. And if that's how they win, Crook City again and again, you know what I mean? So we'll see. Next week, I feel good.
It's at City grounds.
I'm getting a little nervous. No, I feel fine. I feel okay. I feel like I could see a draw happening. I don't think that City is the same City. They're still super strong.
They look vulnerable, right?
They look, listen, I said this last season too, but each year they get a little weaker. But does that mean that they're not going to win the league? Listen, they won the league how many years in a row? So like, yes, each season they look a little bit more shaky. So
They haven't had a clean sheet since the start of the Premier League when they beat Chelsea.
which is
2-0.
crazy to say because, you know,
Ipswich scored. West Ham scored one. Brentford scored one. The last 3 games, they let in 1 goal each.
and this time Arsenal win it. Listen, you can't have a win. They're not. This is what I'll say. Sorry, my lip's getting stiff.
Who's gonna win it for Arsenal? Who's gonna be the deciding goal?
Who's gonna be the deciding goal?
Score.
Okay, this is what I'll say.
I'm thinking Trossard.
Get out of my head, because that's what I was going to say. But I have to set up the scenario. The scenario is as such. Trossard cannot start. He'll come in off the bench. Okay, but this is already Arsenal. Maybe they're at 1-1 because Kai Havertz scores a goal. This is what's in my head. This is my head. Kai Havertz scores a goal. Trossard comes off the bench. Comes on. 2-1, we win the game. That's what I dream about at night, people.
Do you think Haaland's going to continue his streak? Because he's been, 9 goals in 4 games?
How many memes can I pull up of Gabriel or Saliba putting him on the ground? How many memes? They're everywhere. They do a dance.
Finding him in their pocket.
So, I don't know. He has a tough time against the Arsenal defensive line. He has a tough time. And it doesn't mean that he's not going to score a goal. He's a freak. He's a freaking monster. But he definitely has a tough time. So I could see it. This might be his downfall. But it's at the Etihad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's tough. But I don't know. I think we've had tougher games. I think the toughest thing is if we have healthy players. We'll have Rice back, right? He just can't fall down the runway. No more fashion shows for him.
We don't know if Odegaard is healthy.
Yeah. No, but to be honest,
we also don't know on the other side Phil Foden if he's going to be back.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
He's had some sort of injury.
Interesting. They kept that quiet.
Yeah.
That's been very quiet. Forgot about Phil for a second.
You think Grealish is going to turn up finally?
He was feeling a little warm this weekend, wasn't he?
You know what's a crazy stat over the weekend?
What?
Ederson,
listen,
who's a goalkeeper,
yeah,
has more assists in the Premier League. No.
Oh,
than Anthony from Manchester United, and Anthony is a winger forward who should be providing at minimum a handful of assists and goals a season.
You know what I'm thinking? It's the curse of the frosted tips. Every time a player gets frosted tips, and he's had them for a long time now. But, think about when Saka went a little blonde. Think about when Ben White went a little blonde. It was the downfall of our season. Maybe Anthony just needs to stop with the bleach. And maybe just, let the natural hair grow. And the curse will be lifted. That's how I feel.
Yeah. They spent a lot of money on him.
He needs something.
He's doing... I think he and Grealish... I think he's worse than Grealish at this point for the worst signing in Premier League history.
I'm surprised that you said someone's worse than Jack Grealish. The vendetta that you have against Jack Grealish.
Jack Grealish plays.
No,
he played
listen.
Last weekend. Anthony can't even see off the bench.
I don't know. Honestly, that stat about going back to City, though, about not a clean sheet is so crazy because when you watch Ederson, you're like, this is he's so great to watch that how can he not have a clean sheet yet this season? He's so phenomenal to watch. But on the other arm, David Raya has been so fun to watch. He has just picked it up this season. Me coming from a Ramsdale lover. But I'm very happy that he's our goalie. But anyway, what else? What else is fun, exciting in the Prem? Besides me getting more points than you in fantasy this week.
I don't know. You want to talk about some of the transfers that happened over the summer? Because it's officially over, but I think there's still a chance to sign players who are without a club, like Rabiot, Adrian Rabiot. He's without a club, and I think clubs can still sign players.
Rabiot, like the French guy?
Yeah.
He's not playing for a team right now?
No, he's a free agent.
Interesting. Well, what was, yesterday after the game, what was Big Ange talking about? Something about the transfers he wasn't happy about.
Yeah, I don't think I'm looking at Tottenham's transfers. I think they got rid of more players than they brought in. And so I think one of his gripes is that usually in his second season, he improves the team after spending the first season
Figuring out.
figuring out
Yes.
what he needs and what he has and how he's going to make everything work. And I think Tottenham, I mean, ever since Bale left, they've been using that money and rebuilding team after team, coach after coach.
Coach
with
after
nothing-
coach. Yeah.
Nothing to
Show for it.
Show for it. No trophies since. But they've had Dominic Solanke come in,
Right. That's
Archie Gray, which was an insane price tag for a player who
Yeah, but wasn't
who's
Solanke
18.
a lot of money too?
Solanke
Yeah,
was
but
a lot of
he's
money,
really good. He's got a lot of potential to grow.
but Solanke scored a decent number of goals for
Yeah,
for
he
a
could
lesser
grow.
size.
He could grow at
football.
Spurs.
They had that other winger, Audibert from Burnley. They bought him for 30 million. They had a midfielder, unknown guy, Lucas Bergvall, for 10 million, and that's about it. Everything they brought in, I think.
They were super quiet during the transfer time.
Yeah, they only brought one player to improve their 11, and they finally replaced Harry Kane with a proper striker. But
I don't know. We'll see. I hate to say it out loud, but you kind of feel for Ange. I don't know. Maybe he just has a really bad temper, and he's just like, "Didn't I just say what I just said?" I'm like, "Oh God, this guy's gonna fight someone." I don't know. Spurs have a curse on them. I didn't put it on them. They must have a curse
yeah,
on
Spurs
them,
are cursed.
and that's just what it is. And I mean, I'm fine with it. I'm not mad about it
Yeah, they'll just remain the laughingstock of the league.
because we need one, and I think Spurs are just the perfect one to do so. What else? What else we got? How's Chelsea doing?
It's crazy when you go on to transfer market and you see the players that
I don't know, how is this allowed? Considering that we just saw that who just breached the fair play stuff? Leicester.
Leicester.
Okay, but Chelsea has a full roster of transfers that they just got. I'm like, I don't know how any of this makes sense to me.
Well, the way that they're able to get away and bypass it is by giving these players 10-year contract deals.
Oh, I see.
Usually it was like 3 or 4 year contracts, and
Crazy.
now because of their, the way that they're running their club, they want to buy players to sell for a profit later. So they'll buy somebody like I don't know, Eddie Beach. No one's heard of him. They'll loan him out, and then after a year, they'll double, triple their money on him. After selling him to another club.
Speaking of loans, let's talk about Arsenal's transfers and their loans. Raheem Sterling.
Yeah, that was probably one of the best.
That's
deals.
exciting. It's exciting. It's fresh. It's funky. It's fun. It's exciting. But how old is he?
He's 29.
He's got a few more good years. I don't know. The way Martinelli was playing, I think we were all screaming for Sterling to come on the pitch a bit sooner.
Yeah,
Just to be honest.
I think it's safe to admit that Martinelli has not kept his form.
He's been pretty mid,
Since
and it's really
coming back
sad
from
to
injury.
say. And I don't know what the change is. But I'm excited that we have Sterling. I'm excited we have the replacement from the bench like that, which is great.
Right. Yeah,
Because
so
who did we get rid of? We got rid of Reece Nelson,
we got?
and we got rid of. Well, I know he's Saka, but he was Saka's
Arsenal
coverage.
actually got rid of a lot of players this transfer
We did.
window. They got they sold Emile Smith Rowe for
still hurts the heart.
32 million to Fulham.
Okay, but all of a sudden, he's this phenomenal player at Fulham. Where was he for us when he would play?
He was there 2 years ago before he got that injury. He
guess.
provided double digits in assists and
Yeah.
goals, I think. Eddie Nketiah.
I guess he's just been quiet for so long, you kind of forget that.
Well, he's been injured, sidelined with injuries, and they didn't want to rush him back.
Yeah.
He's still young, 24 years old.
Yeah.
He's gonna be if
He's
he
gonna-
maintains
yeah.
his fitness, he's gonna be
I hope he does.
a really good player, and I hope Arsenal do not regret selling him.
Maybe he'll come back. Tale as old as time.
Eddie Nketiah, 30 mil to Crystal Palace.
Palace. I think he'll do great over there.
Yeah.
One thing I'll say, Last year, you were like, Mace, stop hating on Nketiah because anywhere else, he's a starting player. Anywhere else, he's a starting player. And you're right. And you're right. It's just that, it's so hard to see when you're so biased towards all your starting players that some of these people off the bench don't provide what you think you need.
It's not a bias. I think it's an expectation.
Maybe it's an expectation.
You support a club who, has been in the top 4 discussion and in Champions League for most part of the last 20 years. And there are players who are just not good enough for this level, They're very good players. Don't get me wrong. Eddie Nketiah, he's probably going to be one of the best players Crystal Palace has ever had since Zaha. Mm-hmm. And you could see it in their fans. I saw it on Twitter so many times this weekend. Like, oh, it's crazy. We need to get more Deadwood from top 6 clubs because if this is the level of players that they have that are on the bench, then
what were his stats this weekend?
Oh, he just
performed well.
He came on late, but he performed really well. Like he was bossing the whole midfield and final third position when he was playing. But Eddie's out. Aaron Ramsdale's out. 20 million to Southampton. I think he lost his position at Arsenal when he did that interview and said that he sometimes gets distracted during the games because he gets bored or something like that.
No, that's not it. It's just that he's like, I can't sit there for a full, no, that's not what he said. I think maybe he was joking.
Yeah, I mean, you don't joke like that because your opposition sees that and they'll take advantage of it. And it's pretty clear that in some of these reels.
No, I think that interview was his demise because I think so many people were like, wait, what did he just say? Yeah. Like, that's your job.
It's and also I think an image thing. Like,
no, I think that's what it is. It's like, you have one job to literally stand in goal for 90 minutes. So you best be on your best behavior.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Sad to see him go, but I think he'll be happy at Southampton. I think although they've had a rough start in the season, I think he's performing well. I think people are happy with him. Didn't you say this weekend how many saves at that?
Yeah, he's a shot stopper. I think he's too good to be at Southampton, but
I kind of agree.
But everybody will see that, and maybe he'll get a move to another club in the future if they go down and if they get relegated. But we also have Fabio Vieira, who left the club on loan. Back to his childhood club, Porto.
But wasn't he there last season?
No,
Who was there last? Didn't someone go on loan last season?
No. Not to Porto.
Wow, I must have had deja vu.
Yeah, but he went back. I think he needs to rediscover his form. He needs to
Fair enough.
Get a fire in his belly to come back and prove himself right.
Where did Kieran Tierney go?
Real Sociedad.
Oh. I told you I only follow one league. It's hard.
Yep.
Anyway.
And then the rest, Arthur Nkonkwo, who's famous in the Wrexham docu-series.
Very happy for him.
Goalkeeper, he left for Wrexham this summer on a permanent deal. Mohamed El Neni,
wow,
one of the oldest standing members from Arsene Wenger's reign, left the club to Al Jazeera.
Good for him. Honestly, good for him.
Lokonga loaned out to Sevilla after having a good season last year, playing for Luton. Unfortunately, they went down and got relegated, but he was he was a diamond in the rough over there.
Let's talk about Luton Town for 1 second. I was really rooting for you guys. Honestly, impressive season. You had a lot of goals scored. To be honest, I think you blew a lot of people out of the water. Hope to see you again soon. Poor Luton. Anyway, continue.
Reece Nelson.
Oh, Reece.
Reece Nelson partnering up with ESR at Fulham.
Yeah. That'll be a good combo.
Yeah,
he's on loan?
He's on loan.
That's why I didn't see that. Okay.
Yeah, so Fulham have a couple Arsenal players there, old Arsenal players. Nuno Tavares loaned to Lazio. Karl Hein loaned to Real Valladolid. We saw Karl on the Arsenal tour this summer.
in Philadelphia. That was a great game.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. Saw some big names. We lost, but
Cedric
it's okay.
finally left the club.
Cedric.
One of the older guys also left the club. He's currently without a club.
Mm.
And then Raheem Sterling coming in with Chelsea paying 90% of his loan fee to Arsenal.
Stunning.
And then
Stunning.
David Raya deal becoming permanent.
Like I said, I think very happy with him as our goalkeeper. Very happy. Plus now he has all this experience. I mean, look what he did this summer. Look where he was this summer.
Won a Euro.
Come on. That changes your game. That changes your confidence for the better. So very happy to have him.
And then coming in, we have Mr. Aura, Ricardo Calafiori.
Oh. New crush alert. It's him. And did you see him in the denim for London Fashion Week? I mean, very excited. Very excited. You know what's crazy? Many of you don't know me. Literally none of you know me. I'm a little bit of a witch. And I saw during the Euros, I said, this man, Mr. Aura. Literally, I was like, who is he? Who is he? And guess what? Arsenal signed him. And I said, wow. It's like I put that on there. I put that in the universe. You're welcome.
All right.
Anyway, new crush alert. The back line is stunning. What else is new?
He's definitely an upgrade. Can deputize for Gabriel as a left center back or play left back.
Which is what we need. Because right now, what's up with Tomiyasu?
Injured. Yeah, still young, 22, signed from Bologna, 45 million. He's one for the future. Mikel Moreno had a fantastic Euros, was the rock alongside Rodri in the Spain midfield. 32 million for him. Unfortunately, his shoulder is injured, but I did see video of him clapping a lot last night after the
So you know what that
victory,
means.
celebrating David Raya's
We're golden.
birthday.
We're golden.
So what I'll say to Mikel is put your boots on, lad, and we need you.
We literally need you, bro.
Mentioned this before. Sterling, 90% loan covered by Chelsea to play for Arsenal. Neto from Bournemouth, goalkeeper. Since we had Ramsdale leave, we need a deputy.
Yeah.
35-year-old, seasoned veteran of the game. I think it's a very good deal.
I think it's a good deal. I think he's a good keeper.
Loan transfer from them. He's going to be a good deputy.
Yeah, I think
Raya.
so.
We got Kieran Tierney back from Real Sociedad, end of loan. He is recovering from injury.
Oh my gosh, he's always injured, this kid.
Yeah,
this poor kid is riddled with injury.
He's been it's been unfortunate because I think at one point he was touted to be Arsenal's next captain. And
really?
And the way
just
people
hurts
were
your heart
speaking
more.
about him, captaincy was in discussion, but his injury record has really stunted his career. And that's it. That's all the incomings that we had.
I like it. I think there's a lot of spice. I think there's a lot of fun stuff. I think there's a lot of strength coming in. I'm very excited for this season. I don't know. Something feels different in the air. I don't know what it is. But it does. And it feels good. It feels really good. It doesn't feel as tenuous as last season. Even though, what's our record right now?
I wouldn't agree with that. I think one of the additions I'd like to see was a replacement for Eddie Nketiah.
Fair enough.
Arsenal signed Sterling, who can play down the middle, but I think a striker like Victor Goyacores, Alexander Isak, one of those.
Isak would have been phenomenal.
Would have slotted into this team perfectly and strengthened the team. But, we'll see.
We'll see. Listen, I think I'm saying that because we just came off of that crazy win. Yeah. We just came off a crazy win yesterday with not a full, healthy team.
Yeah, and people would be saying the other if Arsenal tied or lost.
If we lost or tied the game, the
agenda would
conversation
be,
would
we
be
need a striker. We spent badly.
Yes. So you know what? Stay optimistic. That's what I'll say. Yeah. Stay optimistic. That's really it. But
I do think the signing of the season, because I think I'm going to ask you that. What do you think out of all the clubs we have? We had a lot of movement in the summer, especially around the top 6. Manchester United strengthened their team. Chelsea strengthened their team.
Did they?
Even Aston Villa. Aston Villa made some sneaky deals, and I think they have a really competitive team. And I think one of the signing of the seasons is going to be by them. You know who I'm going to say?
Mm-mm.
Amadou Onana.
Oh, I love him. I forgot about him. Oh, he's on my new team. He's in my new fantasy team. Wait, did I sign him? Did it not go through? Oh, no.
I think he's going to be...
Oh, no, I do.
I think he's going to be the signing of the season.
I couldn't agree more, and it's because of his aura.
No, that guy is...
No, I think he's very good. I'm very excited to see what he does. Listen, I think Aston Villa are a team to watch out for.
Yeah.
And that's just what I'll say. I think we rated them last year. I think we're going to rate them again this year. I think that last season for them was a huge growth and development season for them. And I think they're just fine-tuning things now where they know what they're coming after. So we need to watch out for them.
Well, I mean, Arsenal have already...
Well, I know. We already beat them, but it doesn't matter. They're sneaky. They were our downfall last year.
They were
our literal downfall last year. So we beat them 2-0. Okay, we'll see them one more time. Let's make sure we do it again.
I'm not saying that they're going to be fighting for the title. I'm not saying, that they're going to win any trophies. But
no, but they could be the downfall of a team.
Right. I think they'll give competition to
everywhere,
to everyone in the top 6, especially with the signings of like Onana, Maatsen, Archer. I think those three strengthen their team. Ross Barkley. He was incredible for Luton last season. He deserved he deserved a move to a bigger club.
Agree.
Back in the top 6 where he belongs, I think. Yeah, they have a
really solid team
on there,
And plus, the people they've retained. I mean, I think Ollie Watkins is very good. I don't know why people don't rate him enough. I think he's very good. Maybe he's not strong enough, like you said, to start for the national team, but I think he's great for his club.
Yeah, but they did lose Moussa Diaby.
And they lost Douglas Luiz.
Which they made really good money off of those two. They made over 100 million.
And they're great players. They're really great players. They did well for them last season.
Yeah.
They did well for my fantasy last season.
We'll see how Onana replaces Luiz, and we'll see how, Archer or someone else steps into the shoes and fills in Diaby's shoes, because he was great. I don't know why he left to Al Ittihad. I mean, I do know why. They paid him a lot of money.
This is crazy. I feel like we need to, someone needs to dive more into this. I understand, the money aspect of things. People are going to go for the money. I don't fault the player. I don't fault the players at all for going for this. But I just think it's crazy. How many years ago they were talking about the Super League and oh my God, we can't do this. It changes the game. Well, what's happening? Everyone's going over there because it's you have to follow the money because the money's just so stupid. And it's taking these big name players away from the rest of the clubs, the rest of the leagues. And you're just what? And then you don't hear from them because how am I supposed to watch these games?
Yeah, they're on at weird times.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know. Good luck to them. I mean, I would absolutely take the money too. So I have nothing against the players.
Listen, he's joining a team which has Fabinho, Kante, Pereira, Aouar.
He's surrounded by great people.
Karim Benzema.
Oh my God, I forgot about Benzema. You just don't hear about anyone. It's like a black hole when they go to this league.
He's surrounded by really, really
strong team
players who have won everything in the game. you
Yeah.
know? But yeah, so we have that for transfers. So you think Onana is going to be the signing of the season? He's going to prove his worth.
Well, yeah,
His
but
price
can you
tag.
name a few others? I think Calafiori. I mean, listen. I think Calafiori is just
All right. Well, let's do this. Let's name a few from each club.
okay.
So Calafiori, Marino. Mm-hmm. Those were the two.
Yeah.
Those were the two real signings that Arsenal made.
Yeah.
Everything else was a loan.
That's fine. Yeah.
Onana, Matson
Mm-hmm.
for Aston Villa. Bournemouth made a really big spend on Ivan Nilsson from Porto.
Okay.
They spent 40 million on him. He's the one that missed the penalty
Wow.
against Chelsea this weekend,
Oh.
or
Yeah.
got his penalty saved. They also bought Luis Sinisterra, Colombian national. He is one to watch.
Did he play in the Copa?
Yeah, he played.
I mean, I thought they were phenomenal in the Copa, so I think the whole team is super strong.
Yeah, and I think Sinisterra is one of the best, one to watch.
Okay.
Up and coming, rising players. But yeah, so that's for Bournemouth. We go down to Brentford. Brentford really didn't make any known signings outside of Carvalho from Liverpool.
Who's their striker?
It was Wisa, but Wisa's injured now, so I think it's going to
yeah.
be...
Yeah, but he played this weekend.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
got
he
injured.
scored the goal. No, he did well. It's unfortunate he's injured now.
Yeah. Then we go to Brighton. Brighton signed Jorginho Ruder from Leeds for 50 million, which is insane. They signed Minta from Newcastle, right winger, for 35 million. Chelsea signed Pedro Neto from Wolves. I think that's an excellent signing.
That's an excellent signing.
They also went back for João Felix after a year.
That's right.
Him being in
saw that,
Barcelona.
yeah.
They made that deal permanent.
Yeah.
They signed Drewsbury Hall from Leicester.
I don't know his name's not. I don't know him at all.
And then the rest are, you wouldn't recognize.
No.
Oh, well, outside of Jadon Sancho loan with a $25 million obligation to buy in the summer.
Where?
To Chelsea
To Chelsea?
from United.
I think he did really well. Where was he? In Bundesliga last year?
Well, yeah, he
was
got
on
loaned
loan.
back to Dortmund and helped him reach the
Yeah,
final
I think
championship.
he did really well. So I think he'll be interesting to watch again this year. Maybe he got some confidence and he'll figure out a way. I think Neto is one to watch as well. I agree. But I think I'm most excited about Onana. I would agree with you there.
Yeah, Crystal Palace, Eddie Nketiah.
Well,
Max
we know
LaCroix.
them. We know them.
Max LaCroix is a decent center back too from Wolfsburg. Who else? Everton.
I mean, it also is biased for me to say, but once Marino is healthy, I'm really excited to see what he could do for us.
Yeah.
I think that's a crazy signing. I wasn't super excited about it at first, but now I'm really excited.
Everton really didn't make any crazy signings.
Or Everton, man. What's going on with them? They could score and they can't keep the lead.
Fulham, Emil Smith Rowe.
Great signing for
Joaquin
them.
Anderson, Sander Berg. Yeah. Ryan Sessegnon, Reece Nelson, Kevin and Babu. They've made some decent signings.
What did Liverpool do? Liverpool's been quiet.
Liverpool, I think, only made one signing, which was Federico Chiesa.
Oh, right.
And then they signed a goalkeeper from Valencia.
But he didn't even play. What's going on with him? Is he injured?
Who, Chiesa?
Yeah. Did he play in this last game?
No. he
Yeah.
didn't play.
Interesting. That'll be interesting to watch.
Yeah. Man City brought back Gundogan. They
Good
purchased
signing.
Savinho, young Brazilian right winger.
He cannot be replaced. I like him. Always liked him. I think it's great to see him play again.
Yeah. Man United made some really impressive signings. Lenny Euro, Manuel Ugarte, Mateus de Ligt, Xerxes, who I thought was going to come and play for Arsenal after all the talk and all the links.
But they always do that to us, don't they?
Yeah. And
Dirty.
then Matsurawi signed from Bayern along with Delit.
I don't know. I feel like there was like some. I felt like in the news there was some crazy transfers going on, but it's not like everyone was going crazy. I don't know. It seemed like they were really methodical in transfers this year.
Yeah.
Short, sweet, to the point kind of thing.
Right.
A lot of loans, though.
A lot of loan deals. I think that's becoming more popular.
Smart.
Yeah, Newcastle had a lot of incomings, but nothing really significant. Same thing with Nottingham Forest, Southampton. Outside of Aaron Ramsdale, I don't really.
Yeah. And
So
so what do we think of the teams that got promoted? Very excited.
Ipswich is
Love
going
them.
down. Southampton is going down. I don't know if Leicester's going to go down.
I think Leicester are a lot of fun.
I think Jamie Vardy is going to party.
I think he's going to party.
And I think he's going to have one last dance and keep Leicester in the Premier League this season.
He seems so crazy, and so I'd like to see them stay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. I think that's a good roundup. Episode 1. What am I supposed to say? Like us, subscribe to us, follow us. Arsenal, you're the cannon. Yes.